The next technique we're going to work on is known as the upset palm strike. This truly is the majority or most of the martial arts that I've trained. Some of them use wrist strikes too. But this truly is the replacement to a boxer's uppercut in bare hand fighting. This, or you'll see some styles use the wrist, but we're going to focus on the palm heel strike. So what makes it an upset palm heel strike is the same thing that makes an upset punch an upset punch. It's upside down. It starts upside down. Think of it like an inverted knife hand is also known as an upset knife hand. So an inverted knife hand could also be called an upset knife hand because it's upside down from the norm. Same thing that when we're talking about this palm heel. Now this palm is going up. So you want to make sure that if you're practicing it with no target, you're just shadow boxing, that you press it all the way through, right? Now typically when you're sparring or stuff like that, you're going to stop at your target, pop it. But if you're using this for real, you want to make sure that you push it all the way up, right? You want to really get the head to snap back in that case so they're not able to see what's going on, and that opens up a lot of low targets for you in that case. So lots of different ways you can throw this, lots of different blocks, it's a very versatile technique. What I like is the inverted knife hand block or the low block for it because it really hides the field of vision and they have a hard time seeing the palm heel until it's already right under their chin. So to show that example, if I was to block here, her own arm and my arm are blocking her vision of this other arm coming up and through until it's already there. Okay? So that's why I like those blocks, but you can use any. You could use a high block, but you have to watch for the other hand, just like any other time that you do some sort of outside high block. But you can use a high block on the other side to do the same thing and come up underneath. Right? So there are lots and lots of ways to throw the upset palm heel. So we're going to do a couple more slow demonstrations just to give a couple of different ways of doing it. This is an interesting technique if you like forms to try doing from a square block as well. You can get some interesting openings out of a square block, but you can use any kind of block you want. So, a couple of slow ones. You want to make sure that you are checking and looking at stances. Make sure that you're hitting your stance and not letting your rear leg drift up. I think it's the most common issue I see on techniques like this is people letting their rear leg drift up like they're doing this ballet thing here, right? Don't let your rear leg drift, not even up to your toes. Make sure your heel stays planted because that's where that push is coming from. It's coming from where your heel is planted in your back leg. So make sure you're paying a lot of attention to your balance and timing because that is what creates where the power generates from. You're using the ground as leverage to leverage your strike. It's not about how strong your arms and shoulders are. It's about how much leverage you can create from the ground by getting your body to all move one direction. So make sure your feet are planted. So now we're going to do a couple of faster demonstrations like you would at testing. Make sure to watch the stances, timing, breathing, key up, and everything else speed that you need to add to this sort of thing. Set! Oh, I anticipated.